I'd now like to invite Her Excellency to the stage to give a speech and to welcome us all as well. So please welcome Her Excellency the Honourable Frances Adamson, AC Governor of South Australia.
Mickey Alia, Spencer Alia, Gana Bogana Alia, Gana Miana Alia, Yaichia Miana Alia, Kumitana, Yartananku, Yatuna Tampandi, Gana Miana, Yaichia Yata Matana, Pukininanku, Yalaka, Takarecha. Dearest Uncle Mickey, dear Spencer, Aboriginal people, whether Ghana people or people from other lands and regions, I acknowledge and pay my respects to you all. And I also acknowledge that the land we're meeting on today is the traditional land of the Ghana people. Now, this is a very special occasion, and there's a very specially long list of people to acknowledge, but I want to do that because I think it says something about the support that Rotary enjoys within our community. It says something about the way you honour those who have served you in the past, your organisational skills for the future, and of course, those who serve today. So let me start with Ms Lucy Hood, representing the Premier of South Australia, and of course Lucy is member for Adelaide. The Honourable Zoe Bettison, Minister for Tourism, the Honourable David Spears, Leader of the Opposition, the Honourable Stephen Marshall, Member for Dunstan and 46th Premier of South Australia, Mr Craig Dowling, Governor, Rotary District 9510, Mr Ian Mackay, Governor, Rotary District 9780, Mr Cam Pearce, President of Rotary Adelaide, Professor Veena Sajwala, Guest Speaker and Director from UNSW Smart Centre. I was reflecting to Veena earlier, I was saying surely it must be about a decade since we first met at the Australian Embassy in Beijing, and she said yes, it is exactly a decade. I'm sure a lot has happened in those 10 years. Veena, I hope you're going to touch on it because I loved learning so much from you last time, and I'm sure the same will be the case today. Ms Marie-Louise Lees, District Governor-elect, Rotary. How do you say them? Is it 9510? Am I getting it? Is it 9510? Is it 9510? 9510. All right. I've done this many times before. You would think I would know, wouldn't you? Mr Trevor Sterling, President-elect, Rotary Club of Adelaide. Ms Heidi Unferdorben, past President and Chair of the Centenary Committee, Rotary Club of Adelaide. Rotary, Rota Act and Interact members, families and friends, representatives of organisations supported by Rotary, friends all. Thank you, Uncle Mickey, for, I think, what we would all agree was a very wise and reflective welcome to country, very suitable for our times. Rod and I are very pleased to join you for the Rotary Centenary Luncheon, 100 years to the day since the first Rotary Club in South Australia, the Rotary Club of Adelaide, was officially chartered. And I think it says something else about Rotary. Every anniversary that you've celebrated since I've been Governor has been an anniversary to the day. And I think that says something really special about you all, actually. As patron of Centenary celebrations and an honorary member of the Rotary Club of Adelaide, it's been my pleasure to celebrate the Centenary on 2 occasions previously, at the Founders' Day lunch last August and at a Government House reception in October. Today, it is heartening to be joined by members of all ages and backgrounds, and I thank especially the guests who've travelled long distances to be here today. I know you've been looking forward to this because it's formed part of our conversations as I've travelled across the state in recent months. I thank Rotary in South Australia for its commitment to supporting diversity, both within its club ranks as well as in our community more generally. You understand that cultivating a diverse, equitable and inclusive culture is essential to realising a world where people are able to come together and to take action to create lasting change. 100 years ago, the founders of Rotary Adelaide, some of Adelaide's leading citizens, recognised that as a group, And by combining their skills, experience and commitment, they could contribute to building a better community. Since then, the values on which Rotary is based, service, integrity, diversity, fellowship and leadership, have endured. We all know we can get more things done by working together, by including others, by respecting difference, by listening. And Rotary gets things done because people are at its heart. As I travel across metropolitan and regional South Australia on my vice-regal duties, I often see evidence of Rotary's presence in the community, such as facilities in a park or a reserve, a Rotary op shop, and now these wonderful Centenary peace poles, which I've seen in Port Lincoln and the Riverland. No doubt I will see more as time goes by. Those who have them are very proud of them and want to show them off. As a career diplomat, I also bore witness to Rotary's international efforts, supporting a range of overseas aid projects and goals, such as the eradication of polio or the creation of prosthetic limbs for people in war-torn countries. Innovative, well-considered, generous projects in our state and across our nation are a hallmark of Rotary. Your commitment to service has remained strong throughout your first 100 years in the state, and I have every confidence this will endure. Rotary has achieved a lot in the past century, far too many things to detail here, but what really stands out for me are your bread and butter activities, the small initiatives that have been undertaken hundreds, probably even thousands of times. All the fundraisers, such as golf days, bookmarks, fundraising balls, art shows and barbecues, have raised impressive sums to support the community. Young people are often the benefactors of your work, your funds supporting them to attend camps, develop leadership skills, including in our current government, as we were chatting before we came in, to go on youth exchanges, Zoe Bettison, for example, to sail on the One and All. Visiting schools throughout the state, Rod and I are inspired by the commitment to service we see in young people. It's not always cast in the ways of my generation, but it is just as inspiring. I thank Rotary for supporting young people to reach their potential, and I thank young Rotarians, those in Interact and Rotaract, for developing their leadership capabilities through their involvement in Rotary. You are the next generation of the organisation's leaders and community leaders more generally, and I trust you will embrace innovation and change as you contribute to Rotary's direction during its second century in South Australia. Friends, there are undoubted challenges before us locally, nationally and globally, but within all of us is strength and the determination to be change makers. And Rotary members are change makers because you care and because you can. Congratulations to all.